Hi everyone, this is Dale Ann. I thought I would do a journal flip for you this time. This is a journal that I started in November of 2003. I use altered books for my art journaling. This is an original picture on the cover. This is marbled paper. I did a class many years ago, and some of the papers are still sitting in my tote. This is from XL Gum and just some other images that I came across. This was a collage page. This was bounce sheet that I had painted, and a button that I liked, coffee sheet. This was another textile experiment that I did, and I did a beaded edge, another collage page. This was a page that I wanted to do for making a niche or a little enclosure, and this is a plastic from some kind of product, and it's a stone that we had picked up over the years from who knows where, but I like the shape of it, and it seemed like a tomahawk, and you can see how thick the pages I used. I decorated the edge. This was a page with a lot of different layers, paint splotches underneath, and this was a transfer of some kind. I don't even remember because it was a long time ago. And then there's like the tissue that you get Japanese oranges or mandarin oranges in. This, I know that that's what that is on top. This is a rub-on. I just rubbed either a charcoal chalk over it or a charcoal pencil over it. This was a technique I did for an art class that I did, a mixed media art class, and you take a photo and you sand areas, and then you can paint. And this was a page of dry brush techniques with acrylic paint. This was a paper towel that was stamped with a handmade or a hand-carved stamp, and then the paper towel was painted. This was using MacTac or the big sheets of material that's like packing tape, and using photos from a magazine. This was, it feels like it could be a watercolor. This was the start of this year, where I started using up the pages. I did this 2-page spread. It's kind of hard to get both pages in. I have some personal journaling underneath there, and same with underneath here. This was homemade tape that I tried. Many layers in the background. starting out with a gesso page, and then you stamp, and then you color, and stamp and color again. This was a paint splotch, and you blow with a straw for that to move the black paint, and then with really watered down paint you put it at the top and then let it drip. This was a attempt to use words as the sketch. It was on November 14th, and the page was portrait, or the prompt was portrait. This was just a miscellaneous journal page, using watercolor Wonder crayons from Stampin' Up! And coloring it in and stamping, and so it's probably about 4 layers. This was the start of NaNoJumo, and the prompt for was Inception, and this journal page. This was the second in the choice. That's not really as white as it seems on the camera. That's odd. Today's prompt for this one was quarter, and fall is my favorite quarter of the year. I used words, my journaling, to portray the wind, and I liked how the page turned out. As you can see, trees are a favorite image of mine, and this word, yeah, I had to look that up. Just some doodling along the edges and everything. This was my Forge page. All of the NaNoJumo ones are on my Flickr account, which are better picture than this video seems to be portraying. As you can see, I drew grids in the background and then covered them. The prompt for this was Liberty, and that was my page of doing. This was a new technique I was trying, and I have more details about that on my Flickr page for this journal. And my statement here is, as kids we weren't allowed to daydream much. It was seen as lazy. The essence page, another technique I was trying. This page was luminous, which to me the sun is luminous. And this was, I used glazing liquid to wet and spread the color. This was my response to, I forget what the prompt was for that day, but anyway, there's always an angel with me, and this was my hand-drawn angel wings. There's my grungy back, and I painted the black on the spine to cover up the words. And this was something from another thrift store find, and just an old film negative. And thanks for watching. Bye.